Greetings, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the CryptoCrow, and I'm going to be covering Cornucopias today as one of the first videos where I kind of go over where it's at, where it's been, where I think it's going, because I do think, I've made predictions in the past about what I thought of Cornucopias and where I thought it was going. And lately, I've been doing a more data-driven approach to tokenomics and kind of what's happening. And the one thing that I've been learning over the previous cycles is that dominance is key. And in a growing market capitalization, like in an overall growing market capitalization, there are certain elements or certain variables to drive up the valuation of a token, right? Success, sentiment, alt use, all those things. And I know that for me as well, as several, I've been very bullish on Cornucopias, even while it's underperformed. And the reality is that it hasn't been underperforming in development or in becoming one of the leading metaverse gaming titles in the crypto universe. I mean, let's be real about it. There have been many that have come and fallen already, some with much more significant funding, but Cornucopias is still here and growing, and they've been recently releasing a lot of new stuff. And it's definitely going to be a thing. Like, I definitely believe that Cornucopias is going to mount the world as like the main metaverse game, whatever you want to call it. But I'm basing my projections here in this video solely on the token dominance and what I expect to see. And I've been using AI to get some of this information. But if you're not familiar, Cornucopias is like, it's huge, man. 41,200 Discord members, about 65,000 X followers. Their YouTube subscribers are low, and I'll tell you why. I don't even generally watch the YouTube channel, and they're so going to hate me for this, but I feel like a lot of time is spent kind of just, discussing a lot of, just various things in like, what are you drinking today and things like that. And it's like, that's cool for like a handful of people. But I think ultimately to grow YouTube, it's just not good for the algorithm overall. It's just my personal opinion. I've been dealing with it myself all the time. I love to rant and ramble and all sorts of things. And, there are pros and cons to that, right? It's all very honest and it's very chill and relaxed. But for a lot of people that are invested in the token and they want to see major developments, there's a lot of time, I think, wasted. But that's just my opinion. Now, the question is, will the COPI token reach $1 this cycle? And this has been a really big question. Now, recently, I'm not going to play this, but they just released this new trailer for the game that is absolutely sick. I suggest you follow them on X and watch this in full. It's just super cool, man. I mean, what these guys are doing is just insane. And there's so much new good stuff coming. And I mean, the game itself has changed so much since I was last running around in it. And so I've been missing out, and I'm getting things set up so that I can dive back in. I want to start running around and checking things out. Now, recently, this is Cornucopias before the storm, a major leap forward in early access. And what's changed and what's new in this latest release, this basically goes over a lot of the new things, like the new stuff, the good. Land will be claimed. This is July 21st. Communities will be formed and resources will be shared. Choose to pursue your own path and strengthen your district by leveling up your chosen in-game profession. Farmer, blacksmith, artisan. I have a tendency to, I might want to be a blacksmith of some sort, but we'll see. I really, and I'm just going to tell everybody, there are two things that I really want in Cornucopias more than anything. One, obviously, is I want to be able to start building my homeland, like my whatever it is, my dome, my different lands. I want to start building properties, homes, like buildings, commercial buildings, whatever. I just want to start building. I want to see what else is possible with that. But the other thing that I really want to do, I have not been able to do in a game since Star Wars Galaxies. And I feel like Cornucopias is the perfect environment for this. I want to be a damn droid engineer. I want to build robots and droids that are used for different things in the game and be able to sell them to people. I want to shop. I want to have my own shop that sells droids that I make that serve various purposes. And I don't know that there's anything like that on the books, but it's something I've been trying to put in their ear for years now. And you know, if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. But it's definitely something that I've always dreamed of doing since Star Wars Galaxies. Those of you in Star Wars Galaxies back in the day, give me a shout. I want to know who you are. Now let's go ahead and dive into the real nitty gritty here. So Cornucopias is currently trading at just under 2 cents, which it's been about a penny now for quite a while. Okay. As early as like June 30th, 2025, we're looking at it at basically sitting at 0.011 cents. Okay. So like just basically a cent, a penny, with about $210,000 in daily trade volume. That has since been rising and going up. Currently sitting at almost 2 cents with about 302,000, 303,000 in trade volume. So we're seeing the price start to rise. You can see back here, was this December 4th, it rose to as high as 7 cents. Okay, this was the big fake out that had everybody all hoping that it was going to be, you know, the grand poobah. We were heading into the bull market, but nothing really changed that much. Bitcoin dominance hadn't even peaked yet. Like we just weren't ready. This was all based off of FOMO of the Bitcoin ETFs. If we go back to December of 2023, COPI token reached 12 cents with about $833 million or 833,000 rather, in trade volume. And then we had another peak up around 11 cents with almost $2 million in trade volume. So you can see that there's definitely interest. There's a lot of stuff happening. And keep in mind, a lot of this was happening before Cornucopias had even reached any major milestones yet in its development cycle. And so I wanted to find out, you know, everything right now is structured around what do we see happening in this market cycle? Obviously, the big bullish bills, the Clarity, the Genius Act, all these bills that are pro-crypto are basically starting to work their way into the system. We're going to have several Cardano ETFs, and it's very likely we're going to break $10 trillion in total market cap this cycle. And that being said, what's going to play a big role in COPI and any other token that I talk about is going to be its dominance. And so rather than do everything by hand, I basically wanted to find out what let me see, where is my son of a gun? Where'd my page go? I wanted to find out what dominance, like what was dominance going to look like closer to the end of this cycle. And I'm not sure where it went. Was this it? I don't think so. Yeah, okay, this is it. All right. So basically, I basically threw it all into Grok, and I basically said, you know, I'll share my prompt with you. Based on historical market cap dominance of the COPI token, what is the expected price of COPI if the total crypto market cap breaks $10 trillion? And it went into the historical price data, all of the historical data. Now, this is Grok 4, right? So this is I upgraded my account to utilize Grok 4. And it does really deep research. It does a lot of really good stuff. COPI's all-time high price was 13 cents on December 16th of 2023. Its circulating supplies remained about the same. Peak COPI market cap equals all-time high price times circulating supply. Yada, we know that, okay? Basically, what this broke down is project to a $10 trillion total market cap, assuming COPI regains its historical peak dominance of, get this, 0.0087% in a bull market scenario where the total crypto market cap reaches $10 trillion. So this is all based on it not even having 1% of the total market. Not even a fraction, a quarter of a percent. All right. Expected COPI market cap, $870 million out of $10 trillion if it were to just maintain its original dominance, which, keep in mind, I think this is definitely bound to happen because there's so much getting ready to pop off with Cornucopias, and everybody's been waiting patiently. And they've been doing it. A lot of big major releases lately, and I know there's more coming. Calculated expected price using the current circulating supply, assuming no significant dilution beyond this for projection purposes, which I don't think there will be. Expected price, expected market cap, circulating supply, basically it boils down to 84 cents. This projection is speculative and assumes COPI recaptures its historical dominance level during a market expansion to 10 trillion from the current 3.97 trillion. Factors like token vesting, ecosystem growth, competition in the Cardano space, and broader market sentiment could influence actual outcomes. Yes, and I agree with this. This is not financial advice, but in a nutshell, I think COPI does have a chance to break $1 this market cycle. And what I find interesting is this has basically been my prediction now for several years, where I expected COPI to break $1. And I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, that's crazy, Crow. That's crazy, right? What happened with Cardano before Cardano even had smart contracts in the 2021 cycle? It went from 2 cents to $3.43 or $2 or $3.30. We'll average it out. Do we not think COPI token, one of the biggest metaverse projects out there, can go from a couple pennies to $1 in the same time frame it took Cardano to go from 2 cents to over $3? I think so. Now, the reality, though, is that it's not going to be easy. I don't think this is going to pump instantly overnight. I think this is going to be something that happens as an extension or as a part of the blow off top after Bitcoin peaks. Where we end up in the interim of all of this, I'm not 100% sure. I do think that COPI is going to rise steadily between now and then. I don't think this is going to be we're going to see like a rocket ship to the moon, but you can see we've already been seeing some growth. This is going back from June 28th, where it was just a penny, and here we are now. We're at almost 2 pennies, so we've doubled already, and it's been less than a month. We've got several months to go, okay? I'm not expecting Cardano to likely peak until February. I don't think COPI token is going to likely peak until February or even maybe a little after that, because ultimately it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, large cap altcoins, and then it peters down over through the lower market capitalization tokens. So this is going to be a process, but it's up 73% just over the past month. And I definitely think that this is going to continue going and going. And I think ultimately, too, the number of players that Cornucopias draws in is going to be a really big deal. And I do believe that, especially given the idea that Cardano is basically multi-chain. It's going to be the brain for so much. I can see things that we obtain in the Cornucopias metaverse becoming extremely valuable as well, especially if they're limited supply. Things like the rocket packs and all of the things that people have complained about, like, oh, we've got all this NFT stuff. We're only getting NFTs with Cornucopias. They always want to sell us something. Yeah. Well, not only did it help fund and fuel the development that they've been there's obvious evidence that they've been building like crazy workhorses throughout the bear market. But I also think that those are going to have significant value as the game ultimately continues to grow in popularity, as more people play it and like it and are showing off in streams and everything else. And it just becomes kind of like the blockchain based metaverse that everybody's showing off. Look what I can do. Look what I've done. Look at this over here. That's the kind of metaverse this is going to be. I really think that this is going to become like the flagship for all of the crypto space as it relates to metaverse platforms and gaming overall. I think we're going to break higher than 80 something cents, 84 cents. I definitely think we're going to break $1 this cycle. Even if it's quickly, even if it's a wick, I think it's going to be a testament to say Cornucopias is here. It's been heard, it's being seen, it's being played, and more people are gravitating towards it. And I think the price is going to be a reflection of that. So hopefully this video helps you guys. Until next time, crow your coins, and I'll see you soon.